afternoon everybody, welcome to the flower patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's still cold here and we've had a little bit of snow, not much. Anyway, today I decided I'm going to do a wreath on a 14-inch grapevine wreath in silver and white. Now, I put the hook on to start with. I haven't trimmed it down. I've just noticed there's a few bits, straggly bits that may need to be chopped off. But I have got something I want to attach it to, the wreath. It is quite heavy, but I'm going to give it a bash. I like a challenge. So I've got a street light, an old-fashioned street light, which does light up, and I'm going to attach that to the wreath. I was thinking of having it either vertical or just slightly at an angle, but not much. So we're gonna attach that. I've made a bow. I've used 3 ribbons today. I've used the 1-inch silver ribbon with the edging. I've got the 5/8 ribbon with glitter in the white, and also the 5/8 glitter silver. And I've done the 6-inch, 5.5, then 5-inch, and then I've done a 4.5 in the centre. So that is our ribbon for today. I usually like to do ribbons where they are just 2, or bows where they are just 2 ribbons. I have done many more, but today I thought let's do one with 3. So that's what we've got. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these because these are extremely heavy. I've got 3 silver glittered balls, and I may incorporate those. Again, they are really weighty. As you can see, they're bending my stem. So if they're too heavy, and they're going to weigh the wreath down where it leans to one side with the weight, I may not put them in. So we've got those. Now, I've got out again my mountain pine. I may incorporate some of these. I've also got the flocked pine needles. I've cut off a garland in little bits already to place around this side. I've got a few just left over from yesterday, some of our single flock pine needles, what I placed on picks. So I want to use those up. I've got out my flocked mistletoe, and I thought, well, let's incorporate these. I've also got out 1.5 bunch of my conifer as well. I have got out some ivy variegated, what I've just placed on single picks for filler foliage. In the silver, I've got some holly in here, just a few bits of my leftovers, so I'm going to incorporate some more of those. I've also taken out this. Isn't it pretty? Now, I am considering pulling these off at the bottom and using them individually. Instead, when I did a swag, I placed one in as the full stem and had it going down like that. So I am considering taking a few off of these. I've also got out, some are longer than others, they come in different sizes, but I've got out some of my big fern in silver. I've also got out and placed a few on picks, our smaller fern as well. Now I've got these, I'm not sure what they're called, but I've got some of these that I'm going to place in also around the wreath. And I've also got, now I've cut a few down to size in advance. They do look like they've got a little shimmer or an undertone of champagne gold, but they are silver. But I've got out some of our, let me think, birch. I had to, oh gosh, I had to think then. Now in our white, I'm not using poinsettias, so I decided to get some Chinese lanterns out. These are some of my leftovers from another project that I did a few months ago. So I thought I could just incorporate these because they're like snowballs. So I thought we could use those. I've also got out my white bay leaves as well in the glitter. Now I've got these, I haven't took them out the pack. I've emptied one pack, but I've got, because we're using some of those other jewels, I thought I could bring in some of these twiggy bits, what have crystals on them, or covered in crystals and glitter. So I thought we could incorporate those. So it's not just one element that has the jewels on. So I've got those out. Again, I may not use it all. I've taken out some of my white berries and also my white thistle and my background foliage, my white ficus. So there's a lot here, but again, I may not use everything. So I'm going to bring the camera down and I'm going to fix in the street light to start with, so at least then it's in and I can work around it. So let me just bring the camera down, everybody. So let's bring it around here. So I have got out some of my long cable ties because I'm more than likely thinking of going just vertical. Or do I bring it slightly offset? No, I'm going to go vertical. So what I'm going to do with the cable tie, there's nothing really to attach it, only around here and here. So I'm going to plan on trying to attach the cable tie around the top of the lantern or the light. So what I'm wanting to do, I can just, I'm going to push in my cable tie at a slight angle. Place that there, because the cable tie will move if I just slightly manipulate it and then go over the top. And then hopefully that will hold it in place. Let me just bring that under. I'm a bit skeptical here because I've not attached this to anything before. No, it just keeps moving, look. Let me try the bottom one, because with the bottom it may hold that then in place. I won't let it defeat me. I can get it through. There we go. And I want him to do the same but around here. Let me just get my, if I can find them, flat nose pliers, just to give me a helping hand to tighten it a bit more. That's better. Cut the excess of the cable tie. And then do the same. Hopefully get this back just to hold it. I can't. Let me place another one on. Again, I won't let it defeat me. I don't want to really place it here like that. Or can I? It's because I don't want to see the mechanics. Oh, I might be able to. Let me just see. I can turn the cable tie over, place that there. Oh, I don't think I can do it. It's harder with the cable tie being flat instead of round. I don't really want to get it. Oh, it's moved. Oh my goodness. Let me see, guys. I may have to just keep giving it a go. Let's see. Is there anything I could stick something on? Or I could wrap that around here. Get the other cable tie and then go through with that. So I'll do it that way. Or, hang on, I will get there. It's just trying to figure it out. I do like a challenge. And bring that down here. Let's just cut this piece off. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Right, let me pause the video and I will get it done. Saves me. Right, everyone, I think I've sussed it. Right, what I've gone and done, I do have like pipe cleaner on a roll. I've got the white pipe cleaner and I've placed it around the bottom here and twisted it at the back. And then I've placed it at the top here just with a bit of glue to hold it in place. So I can, and then twisted it again. The way I did the glue, oh my goodness, everything's going wrong. Get your glue gun. I just got this. I haven't got my glue gun on. And before I put the pipe cleaner on, I just placed a little bit of glue along the top. So then, and then press the pipe cleaner down onto the glue. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that will now work. I may place a bit of glue on the front. I didn't do that one. So just under here, I place some glue and then just press the pipe cleaner on. like so. So fingers crossed, guys. And then I'm going to pop the pipe cleaner. I think I'm going to go up under. I don't usually do it like that, but I think on this occasion I'm going to. I'm just going to go through the hook with one piece. Bring that there, because I'm going to do it where I can sit it without it moving with any look. So I'm going to have that there. Let me just make sure it's centralized. We'll just fasten this. I'm not going to cut it just yet in case I need to do it again. So I'm going to just leave it like that for a minute, then get this one and do the same. Hopefully. Just going to go back round with this piece. And then twist it at the back. Still got the hook as well. So now I've done that one tight, I can make sure. I'm wondering whether to go across twice with this one. Again, I do like a challenge. So go there. And twist it at the bottom here as well. And then I'm going to pop this pipe cleaner into the wreath. It's a little bit like moving off, but I'm going to be placing things here under here anyway to keep it lifted in the right position. I'll cut this pipe cleaner a little bit. So, I think we may have done it. Yeah, I think so. Let me cut that piece of wood there, what's sticking out. So guys, we've got that there. So I've used pipe cleaners in the end instead of the cable ties. It's a bit moving a little bit, but we will, again, I will secure that with the elements that we're going to place in. So, and with the bow as well, I may place that on one side on its own and do the arrangement here. So first of all, I wanted to place in my, where are they gone? My ficus for my background foliage. Let's just move everything out of the way. And I'm just going to cut these off. And I'm now, because it's a 14-inch grapevine wreath, I'm going to see how much of the stem that we actually need. I think I need to cut the bottom one off. So I can use those as just filler on top. So I'll do that with that one as well. So let's start to place it in. So I'm going to be bringing it here again because I've been wanting to lift up so this sits in the correct place without just slowly rolling over. Again, if you want to glue or put a bit of glue underneath to secure it as well, you know, that's okay. And we're just going to go to the opposite side at the bottom. Let's get another one. I'm doing it where I've got 3 sets of leaves on. 1, 2, 3. And from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I'm placing my stems going up. So up towards 9 o'clock. From 12 o'clock down to 9 o'clock. There's the magic word, down to 9 o'clock. I'm placing my stems down. And I'll bring one here as well. So I've got in our ficus. I haven't placed that one in very well, have I, guys? Let me just take that old glue off. So that is our background foliage created, where when I create my background foliage, that is basically where I'm creating how wide I want this wreath to come out with the leaves and creating the border or the boundary. Right, so I'm going to now place in some of our cluster of pine needles. Again, I'm going to bring one under here, as much as I can get as many stems underneath, just to give it that support from rolling down. That's not going in very well. Oh my goodness, it's all happening today. Get it in. There we go. So we've got that one there. I don't want these sticking out too far. That one's not working either. Oh my goodness. Don't worry guys, don't worry. We'll sort it. Let's try again. There we go. And that one there. Like so. Cut that twiggy bit off. Bring one under here. Well, there may be another one. I can just get that. And then place that one there. So I'll place those around. I can use these further along as we work. So now I'm going to get my conifer. Add in the conifer as well. Bring those here also. I'm placing these slightly under the ficus. Basically filling in some of our gaps. And then I'm going to get the fern, the large silver glittered fern. Again, I like to have the larger fern on the outer side on most of my arrangements or wreaths. Let me take the band off. So let's see if I need to cut it down. No, what I'm going to do is go underneath the conifer, go past where I want it to sit with the stem, bend it slightly and have it like that. The stems are quite thick and heavy. With them being so big, I may only just place in 3. see if I use this one. I'm going to trim this one down a little. I just pull off or cut off a few of the leaves at the bottom. They are really strong. So we've got that. I can feel something pulling on the back. Now, I don't know if it's this wood. And I've got this as well. I'm just testing to see, because you don't want it to scrape anybody's door. So where I feel that something's sticking out, I'm just trimming it off. Right, so then we've got now our fern in. I'm only going to place 3 in because they are really big. Where's the flowers? Where's the flowers? So I'm going to add in now our Chinese lanterns. And just so they act like little balls, we're going to place some of those in. To add a little bit of floral. I've seen some of these in a red, a Christmas red. They looked absolutely lovely. So I'm going to go all the way around. Have these popping out to the side for a little bit of movement. And then one more. I'll bring here as well. So I've gone all the way down here with them. So we've got those. I may, if I can see a smaller one. That's a smaller one. Do I bring one inwards? Let's get one coming in. I'm wondering if I can bend that one over a little and have that like that. So I'm not going to place any more of those in. Now our mistletoe. I'm just pull some of those off. Now I was wondering whether to add those in as a full cluster. Because they're all wired, I can manipulate them, move them in directions just to add in those. I think I'm going to do that. Again, let's go under, if I can, the light. And just now manipulate these and move them around. Bring the Chinese lanterns in. I'm not going to put lots of these in. I'm just going to sit them here. I'm going to bring one here as well. My hands are cold, guys. I've got no heating in here, so it is quite cold in here. And I don't know about you, but when my hands are cold, they feel always slippy. I'm going to bring that one there. I'm going to do the same here as well. Just manipulate this one a little bit more. Just have that like that. Now I've got one that I'm going to bring down from the side around here. And just spread it open a little bit. So then we've got it on the sides as well. I'm going to stand up. I prefer to be looking down at the wreath. Now I could bring that there instead, because I am really considering, because these are really weighty. I could probably sit just, you know, a couple here, one either side of the bow, and then maybe have that one coming out. I may do that. So let's put the bow in, so I can now work around the bow. I'm going to use, again, my weaving needle, so I can thread it through the grapevine. just make sure it's sitting where I'd like it to sit. So yeah, about there. So then I'm going to twist it at the back. Cut off some of the excess. And then push it back inside the wreath. There we go. So now we've got our bow. Attached. So there we have that. So while I'm doing that, I will attach these in. Just put plenty of glue on with them being really heavy. I'm going to go through some of the mistletoe. So then that can sit there. Let's get another one. Do the same on this side. And I'm going to go through the mistletoe as well. So then it sits on the mistletoe. Like so. And the other one that's fell in my bin, I'm going to bring on the outside. Okay, I don't want it sticking out too far because of the actual weight of it. It is, I don't know why it's heavy, because it's polystyrene inside. It's probably all the glass. And I'm just going to have that. Let's just move the mistletoe. And have that there. So I've got it all around here. So let's have a look. I want to place in some of these. I'll start with 3. I'm going to cut the stems down. I was going to fold them all over, but the stems are long, so I'll cut them and then fold them. And I'm only folding them over again in a U-bend because the stems are quite thin. And then I want to place these in. Oops, I nearly dropped that. Just under here. And bring those in there. open them up a little bit. Pop that one there. And I'm going to bring another one here as well. Yeah. Pop that one in. Spread that one around as well. And then also bring one here, because there's a little, if you see, there's a little gap here, just there. So I'm wanting to bring this in to fill that gap. So I'll just make sure it's turned around there. And I have got one little oddment in here. So now I'm going to leave that out. Now I have got the mountain pine. I don't want to place too much of this in because it is quite fluffy. So let's have a look at something else. Right, let's get some of our white root bay leaves in as well. And again, because these stems are exceptionally thin, I do bend them over. I don't bend them so they are really close together. You can if you want. I do it so it's just got like a little hole at the bottom, and I place the glue on. It just makes the stem slightly thicker, and if you've got a grapevine, it will be able to, you know, especially one what's quite loose, it will support it by bending the thin stem over to make it thicker. Place those there. Just going to see. Just be careful, because I've got the white here, I don't want to put them on top of them. So I may have to just bring them slightly in between the flowers. I do like to see white and silver as well. I find it's really such a pure colour, really bright. I find it quite cheerful as well. So that there. I'm going to go just under here. So one in here. Just keep turning his wreath around. It's just I'll put one there as well. So I don't need any more of the white bay leaves. But again, I may not use everything. It's looking quite full as it is. Let's have a look at the white twiggy bits as well. I wanted to make it more of an icicle or icy look. So I'm going to add in some of our twiggy bits. As well to give that icy look. Let's bring one under here. Or that frosty look, that's probably the better word. Oops, I've gone in. I'm just lifting them up as well. I'm placing them in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place another one here. I've just placed in 6. I don't usually work in even numbers, so I may have to get another one out to place. Oh, they're all in a big bag, and just a bit like the glitter where they come out everywhere. So I may place one where the bow is. I'm going to cut this stem one down a little. Let's just manipulate it. Lift the bow. And I'm going to put one in here. And just get my hands under. And bring that there. I think that's a bit, it's not sitting very well, so let's try again. That's better. and just here. So that's those. So I don't think I'm going to place the thistle in, guys, because we've got that much of the floral in. Now I've cut a few of these down in advance. Yeah, I may not cut the fern. Let's get the few that I've chopped. Because I need to bring in some silver. Again, I don't want it to be sticking out as much. So I've just bent that little bit over. And what I'm going to do is get one of the, get it, and add that underneath. Yes, so let's bring one here as well. Add some silver in there. Doesn't it look pretty? It'd be fit for a winter wedding or a winter wonderland. That one there. Now I've got 2 pieces left, so I'm thinking maybe one here and one here. That's just standable. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll place them in as a bit more of depth, so they're not sticking out too far, but we're just taking that bit of foliage down to the bottom. Let's cut the stem shorter. So down there. So we've got those in as well. Doesn't that look really, really pretty? Really nice and pure. I love things like that. Again, I'm of 2 minds. I'm going to add in the odd one. I'm not putting a lot in. I just feel something is needed around here. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of different texture around there. Maybe there on the ends as well. Just to add a bit of green coming on the inner side. Something a little bit darker for all the other colours to bounce off. So let's just turn it around. Place another one around here. Like that. And then another one on the end. Just to finish under here where the twiggy bits are, so they've got something to, so they're noticeable by placing them on something darker. And I think maybe one more. Pull it out around here on the side where the bow is, because there's just white and silver mainly here. So because we still can see that big fern, I want to just slightly break that up by adding a bit of the green onto it, and then just bending it outwards. Place it underneath the glitter ball, so then that fills in that little bit. So I'm not going to place any more of those in. Now I've got the ivy, the variegated ivy, which I'm going to use as filler foliage as well. So I'll cut off a few to start with. And what I'm going to do, like I said, where the bay leaf is here, add a little bit of the green down at the bottom, like so. And then some under here also. I've just pulled one of the mistletoe off, so we'll glue that back on. There we go. And I'm going to do this all around on the inside where I feel that it could do with some of the ivy. We will fluff the bow back up when we're finished. So I'm going to just keep moving it around. Put that ivy in there. I'm going to place another piece here as well. I may need a little bit of a more bigger leaf just to cover. That one's quite a smaller one, it's not quite covering it. So let's place in another one where the leaves are slightly bigger. There we go, like that. So let's have a look there. I've got this one cut down, so I'm going to pop this one in here where the bow is as well. So that's what we've got there. So I'm not going to pop any more of that in either. Now I'm not going to put, what have I just done with them? I'm not going to put them, I don't think anyway. Oh, I could put a few in. So let's get that done, but I'm not going to put the fern in. We don't need any more of that in. So I'll take just a few of these out and we'll pop just some of our berries in. And what I'm going to do with the berries, I'm going to place them just a little bit, some on the outer side. I can get those in, guys. Searching for space, or should I say looking for it. Just going to pop some in like that, so they're not sticking too far up. So they're just sitting on the surface like so. I'm going to put some on near here as well, just so I can bring that in there. I'll do one as well down here. Just turn. It's quite heavy, the wreath. I'm hoping that it will be okay on the stand, or I may need to move the hook. And then one I think is needed here. There's a little bit of a base spot here, so I'm going to go under. And just pop that there. So it's got just a little something underneath the lantern. Like so. So we've got all those in. Now these beaded picks, or do I really need them? Because I'm going to pull one off. Gosh, the stems are long on these. Let me just take the tag off, because they don't go wired to the end, so you've got these little pieces just hanging, so they would come forward. I don't want them. Let's have a look. I think they need to be slightly further up. Let me just get, I've just seen a gap. I'm just going to fill it. So I think something's telling me that that one needs to go around here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut the stem shorter. Again, I don't think I'm going to place a lot of these in either. And just have that there. Let's just grab another one. I think here on the bottom as well, where this one is, just in this little gap here, and place that there. When you pull them off the stem, the stems on them are really quite long, so that's a great advantage. So I feel that there's something that really needs to go. Just here. And have that there as well. And then I may bring one just coming out from the side. And I think then I'll leave it as that, because it is quite full. There's not really nothing else that I could do to add interest. So, and these aren't really adding much interest, but because I've placed in two, I do prefer odd numbers. So I'm going to place in a third. So I'll place it in the centre. I think that's a bit long, that stem. There, so I'll have that there. So I'm not going to place any more of those in. Let's now fluff up our bow. So that is our project of the silver and white arrangement completed for today. Let me now just get rid of all the mess. It is everywhere. So again, if you feel that you'd like to give it a go in the silvers and whites, or you could, if you haven't got anything like this light, use a lantern. You could incorporate these. Now I did say I've got these oddments left in time. I may just place those in because I don't want these oddments just sitting around. So I use these as filler foliage on the inside. That's one way to just use them up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from underneath. So I'm going to go from under here. If I can get it in. Oh my goodness, that's not going in there. There we have it. So I'm going to bring those under there. I'll turn it around and show you what I'm doing. I'm just going with the pattern of the way that everything's been placed in, and I'm just placing these smaller bits right on the inside at the bottom. So they're not going to be really that much seen. I'm doing them on either end. I'm just placing it underneath. Just to use up those little pieces. At the bottom. So look at the mess there, guys. So let's get rid of all of this. That will do for now. I'll do it properly in a moment. So, there is our lovely wreath. Now, definitely completed and looking really beautiful and crystally white. Let's put the lantern on. It doesn't really glow very white. It's only like a yellow tone. But there is your really pretty wreath in your silvers and your whites. So I've just got a piece of wood what's sticking in my finger. I can't get it. I can't get it. I'll have to leave it. So I hope that you enjoyed that, guys. And it's a lovely colour to do. Very pretty. So let's hang it up on the easel and see if it hopefully doesn't go to one side with the weight. Just bring it round. Oops. It's catching on the wood. Right. It's leaning a little bit with the weight. So I may have to. Oh, one moment. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at it. But I'll bring the camera up. And let's bring you down here a little bit. Let's stand you upright. There. Just have a little play a minute because... Oh, it's caught on there, no wonder. There you go. It was caught on the wood. So there is our lovely silver and white wreath with the glitter balls in 3 positions, like the triangular position, our small 5/8 bow and an inch ribbon as well, our lovely silver foliage, our twiggy bits with crystals on, these little pieces here with the crystal jewels on as well, and our lovely Chinese lantern with mistletoe, our pine needles, mountain pine, our fern, our white glittered bay leaves, our ficus, and our silver bay leaves there as well, and our white berries, and our ivy in the variegated as well. Now conifer, can't forget the conifer. All sat in there, looking really pretty. Something what will really, will go with any colour scheme in your house as well. I always say whites, and well, they do. We all know, don't we? Whites will go with anything. But having that little bit of like silver, that's quite pure, and like the white, which would go with anything as well. So that would look really pretty on your door, or even if you're keeping it in your house, somewhere, or above your mantle, anything like that. And you could also add in your own little lights. And you know, I always say attach the box from the Christmas lights to the back so it's not seen. And you know, move your Christmas lights and weave them through once you've finished. Again, like I said yesterday, if you do it before and then place on your elements over the top of the lights, you're hiding the lights. So, you know, weave your lights in and out and around after you've finished your arrangement. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I sure did. Again, I like things like this. And again, if you don't have a street light, use a lantern, a small lantern, or, you know, if you have a silver and white Nutcracker man, with him being slim, place him in the middle, you know, or you could just place in 3 candles, 2 white, 1 silver, or 2 silver, 1 white in the centre as well. Have them at different heights, staggering down. You could do that. Or you could just, you know, place in a sign, what's in silver, or anything like that, or a snowman head attachment. You could put that there. And if you don't have these silver glass balls, don't worry, you could just get silver Christmas baubles or ornaments and add those in instead, or even white. You know, a choice of anything of your colour, whatever colour scheme you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Give it a go and have fun, and have a wonderful time creating it. Again, whether it's for yourself or family member or friends or even to sell, just enjoy. Right, so please, I won't be here tomorrow. Again, I don't do Fridays. So all have a wonderful weekend. Keep creating your beautiful arrangements. And if you want to send me some pictures, just email me on theflowerpatch2401@gmail.com and send me some of your pictures of some that you've created yourself as well. And I hope that, you know, you have fun just creating even more. Maybe you could do a garland to go with this, or a table centerpiece as well. I mean, they're just a few ideas, but that would look really stunning. So have a wonderful weekend. Please subscribe, share and like. Bring everybody along to see the different creations that we create, and hopefully give everybody, each and every one of you, some ideas, you know, or add something I've got in here, add to something you're doing. So, you know, and again, creating something really wonderful. So take care, guys. Good health. And I'll see you next week. So bye for now. And I love you all. And keep your comments coming. Okay, guys? See you soon. Bye-bye. Right, let's just take this off the stand and have a close-up. Right, there's our wonderful little bow. Again, the white is in the 5/8 and so is the glittered silver. The one with the frayed edge in silver is a 1 inch. And then I've got the glitter balls. Yeah, you can see it. The glitter balls as well. There's our flocked mistletoe. Our Chinese lanterns that I've used to represent like Christmas snowballs. Then we've got our mountain pine. These are our crystal pieces here, and then our twiggy bits with the crystals on as well, and our bay leaves in the silver and then the glittered white. There's our variegated ivy also, and then obviously our flocked pine needles and berries there, and our lovely silver glittered fern with the ficus as well, and obviously the lantern. I may just move that leaf a minute. So there's your little lantern with the candle glowing, and it comes down with a little silver bow as well. So have a wonderful weekend, guys. Give it a go, have fun and enjoy, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Bye bye.